Man, I truly believe that the Clippers, with a healthy Kawhi, which he's been healthy, with James Harden, are the team to beat.
Tracked down by Harden. Intercepted by Westbrook. Gordon's there. Big finish.
That's why I consider the Los Angeles Clippers the most dangerous team based within the context of what it means to be dangerous at this time.
Kawhi Leonard can carry the Los Angeles Clippers to the conference finals.
How dangerous are the Clippers in round one versus Denver that used to be my team and might not because I can't have both teams?
So dangerous that for a round, I'm going with the Clippers.
The Los Angeles Clippers, as a quote-unquote surprise, dangerous team, can go into every single series saying they have the best player and the best coach.
Honestly, could be the representative out of the West.
You know, adding Kawhi, then you can see everybody really like gelling and playing well together. So, you know, they are the dark horse to me in the West.
Shiver my timbers. Shut up, man.
And we know Harden can go off at any given moment, but he's more of a facilitator when need be. And Kawhi playing like this, yeah, the West should be very concerned with how the Los Angeles Clippers are playing right now.
No, I don't think I will.
When it comes to the LA Clippers franchise, they are one of the most unlucky teams, snake-bitten teams in American sports history. As really every decade they've existed, they've had bad management, bad injury luck, bad draft picks, and everything in between. And looking at this new Clippers era, it's featured Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, as well as Paul George. Every time they're playing well, the fans are optimistic, it comes crashing down to reality that you're still the LA Clippers.
Leonard is fouled and he's limping.
We have to be honest here. It's a knee sprain. We're talking about an injury in weeks, not days. So the Clippers are going to be without him for the foreseeable future.
Finds Leonard for three. And the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard for three. Oh, back to back. Kawhi Leonard.
The next day.
Kawhi Leonard has been ruled out tonight. That is according to Young Masuk with a right knee sprain.
Ahead to George, 2-on-1. George throws it up. Leonard throws it down. Now those are two impressive plays from Kawhi Leonard, forcing Jason Kidd to call timeout.
If you want to talk the biggest what-ifs of the 2020s, Kawhi going to the Clippers, it's up there. After that one championship in Toronto, we kind of all knew he was leaving. But going to the Clippers, that was an unexpected move. And looking at Leonard's first year with the Clippers in 2020, many forget this team, not the Lakers or the Bucks, they're the championship favorites all season long. As looking at their roster, of course, Kawhi Leonard, the reigning Finals MVP, Paul George, who was just first-team All-NBA, Lou Williams, the back-to-back six-man, Montrezl Harrell, the eventual six-man, and role players supporting players like Patrick Beverley, an all-defensive point guard, Marcus Morris, and a young Zubac. For the first time in Clippers franchise history, they had hype, they had buzz, and championship aspirations as the favorites.
The Clippers held media day on Sunday. Paul George told NBA TV that he thinks that he and Kawhi are the best duo in the NBA.
But that's the best defensive twosome since Jordan and Pippen.
It's not the same offense. This will be the Clippers in pretty short work, 5 games.
In short work?
Yeah. I think it's a bad matchup.
Doesn't even go 7?
Nope. Oh, God, no. 7? No. God, no.
Who should be title favorites after the deadline?
The same people that were going to be title favorites before the deadline, and that's the Los Angeles Clippers.
You're going to see a repeat of Kawhi Leonard being back on this stage in the finals.
Doc Rivers goes back to Boston. The Clippers' first championship beat the Celtics in 6.
For the Kawhi Leonard-Paul George Clippers during the regular season, they were actually very, very successful. And compared to the LeBron-AD duo, there's a lot of debate which duo was better, who won a championship first, and the West Finals, where the Battle of LA finally commenced. And looking at the second round versus Denver, the Clippers, they looked well on their way. Game 5 versus the Nuggets, up 3-1 in the series, had control this game late in the third quarter.
Been knocking down consistently in this series.
Kawhi, ring it up for Kawhi Leonard.
A few moments later.
Jokic got it again. Leafs third personal foul. Jokic, he'll tee one up from 3. Got it again. 2-point lead Denver. It's win or go home. 3 Porter. Wow! Fourth, 7 of 9.
Can't give up a quick 3.
George 3, no, strong. Leonard, that's it. Denver survives. They'll play a game 6.
That Clippers team in Game 5, they snatched defeat from the jaws of victory. As blowing that game late, it's still mind-boggling. And blowing the entire series, it just does not make sense even 6 years later. And looking at the Clippers the final 2 games, plus that fourth quarter in Game 5, they are outscored by combined 47 points. If you want a textbook definition of choking, having a Clippers moment, that right there, that's it in a nutshell.
All right, Rachel. Well, the Nuggets trying to become the first team in NBA history to overcome 2 3-1 deficits in the same playoffs.
I need to get them back in this ball game. I want to put these Clippers away.
Kawhi Leonard. Leonard can't hit.
They've gotten a number of second shots, though.
George, way off. Hits the side of the backboard. Harrell goes at Jokic, kicks it out. George, corner 3, way off. Jokic on the steal, ahead to Grant. And the Nuggets pouring it on. Timeout, LA.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
The Clippers franchise post that epic choke job versus the Nuggets, they've really been an absolute shambles. 2021, yes, made the West Finals, but Kawhi was hurt the entire series. 2022, Kawhi Leonard out the entire season, they missed the playoffs. 2023, Paul George versus the Suns, didn't play a single game, and Kawhi after Game 2 was of course injured. Then last year versus Dallas, the same thing happened. Kawhi played 2 games, he was out, hurt for the series, done for the season. For the Kawhi PG duo that started off so promising and so much hype, they went out with the whimper in embarrassing fashion. And looking at 2025 with the Clippers, kind of the exact same story as the 2020 Clippers. As heading into postseason, they had a superstar duo, they were playing well, immense hype expectations, that this Clippers team finally can make the finals and by chance win the title. Now, here's the one big time problem, just like 2020. Who they ran into was the Denver Nuggets. And just like 2020 in a Game 7, they got the doors blown off them.
This Clipper team, they're going to keep playing, keep competing here in the second half.
Jokic, Gordon circles, whips a pass to the outside, and Brown cha-ching!
Hey, I've seen this one. This is a classic.
Screen Gordon, great feel, Jokic to Gordon! Powell trying to end it, denied at the rim! Porter, hot shooter, yes sir!
That right there for Clippers fans is an eerie case of deja vu. As damn near an identical fashion both those games, they blew it in the third quarter, and the game became a blowout in the fourth. And why I'd say this Game 7 was actually worse, there's an added insult to Russell Westbrook being on the Denver Nuggets. As of course, Russ prior to this season was a member of the LA Clippers who got discarded this summer. If you look for the X factor of this series, who turned the tide in Denver's favor, that indeed was Russell Westbrook in Game 1 as well as Game 7. And that Game 7 gave an emphatic FU to the entire Clippers organization.
Tracked down by Harden, intercepted by Westbrook, Gordon's there, big finish! Seems very obvious. Westbrook the steal, and he puts it down. And Tyronn Lue is now looking to the bench to make some other changes. Westbrook.
I'm proud of you, you know that. I hope you do.
At this point right now, the Kawhi Leonard Clippers era, what it's bookended by is 2 Game 7 losses to Denver in historic fashion. And why I say this Game 7 was actually worse is that the Clippers coming into this year's playoffs, they were firing on all cylinders and they looked legit. The final 15 games of the year of the Clippers, they were 13-2, tied for the best record in the NBA. They were first in offensive rating, third in defensive rating, first in net, and second in plus minus. Based off the numbers, the eye test, the way Kawhi was moving, the way he was playing, the way he had that burst in his step, his jump shot was falling, this Clippers team heading to the playoffs looked the second best team in the Western Conference. But here's the one catch. They're still the Clippers.
That's actually a good point.
Despite their great defense, great depth, Norman Powell playing like an all-star, Zubac taking that leap, I can't trust you. And that might sound stupid, might sound ignorant, but it is what it is. For the Clippers, every single year that existed, when things are going great, eventually it turns sour and something epic happens that ends their season.
Harden, step back Jay, it's off. Down to 8 seconds, 1 second on the shot clock. Harden tosses it up, air ball.
Oh, he's joking. He's joking.
Harden, shot clock is winding down again. They have nothing going right now. Harden, 2, 1, tosses it up, short. Harden drives it.
Now look, James Harden playing bad in a Game 7, we kind of expect that. But for Clippers fans who haven't really had the James Harden experience, they were hopeful, optimistic, and really rooting for this guy. But of course, James Harden, he is James Harden. Not a big-time game player, especially a big-time Game 7 player. As looking at his past 4 Game 7s since 2020, the numbers are absolutely disgusting. 13.8 points, 3.8 turnovers, 20% from the field, 17% from 3, with a plus-minus of -54. In James Harden's last 2 Game 7s versus Denver and Boston, he scored 7 points and 9 points. Absolutely pathetic. And again, what makes it worse for Clippers fans, James Harden all year long was fantastic, had a resurgent season. But like we see time and time again, the postseason in Game 7s, that's a different animal. For the Clippers and James Harden, they've always been snake bitten by big games and clutch moments. This series, nothing different. So that right there is the end of the video, and I'll say one last thing. Kawhi's biggest mistake in his career wasn't really going to the Clippers. His biggest mistake was teaming with James Harden, as well as Paul George. 2 of the biggest playoff chokers, playoff droppers of this era, and really of all of NBA history. For someone like Kawhi, who's a playoff riser, he lives in the playoffs, being attached to those 2 guys was a detriment from day one. We saw it in 2020, as well as 2025. As always, thank you guys for watching, hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.